Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky expressed hope that the United States would remain firm in resisting Russian demands to lift sanctions, which Moscow has tied to the implementation of a ceasefire in the Black Sea. Zelensky made these remarks during a panel discussion in Paris with journalists from various European countries. The Kremlin announced on Tuesday that a maritime truce, which would allow safe passage for commercial ships in the Black Sea, would only take effect if Western sanctions on Russia's trade in food and fertilizers were removed. This demand has added a layer of complexity to the already tense negotiations between the involved parties. Zelensky emphasized the importance of U.S. support, particularly in light of the ongoing war and Russia's attempts to manipulate international narratives. I am deeply grateful for the bipartisan support we have received from the United States, but I am also concerned that some voices might be swayed by Russian propaganda, Zelensky stated, underscoring the need to resist any compromises based on what he called Russian narratives. The White House had earlier confirmed that Russian and Ukrainian representatives had come to an agreement on a ceasefire in the Black Sea after 3 days of separate negotiations with U.S. officials in Saudi Arabia. During the Paris panel, Zelensky was asked about the nature of U.S. politics and whether former President Donald Trump had closer ties to him or to Russian President Vladimir Putin. Zelensky responded cautiously, saying, "I don't know, it's a difficult question for me to answer. I'm not privy to the full scope of their interactions or how many conversations they've had." Zelensky was also pressed to comment on remarks made by Steve Witkoff, an envoy for former President Trump, who had criticized Europe's efforts to create a coalition of nations willing to back Ukraine. In an interview last week, Witkoff dismissed these efforts as ineffective. While Zelensky did not directly address Witkoff's statements, he highlighted the critical role of international unity in countering Russia's aggression. "It's essential for us to maintain strong, coordinated support from all our allies," he said, pointing out that any fractures in global support could embolden Moscow. The Ukrainian leader also reiterated the importance of standing firm against Russia's attempts to use economic leverage as a bargaining tool. "We cannot negotiate away our principles or the safety of our people in exchange for temporary measures," Zelensky said. He stressed that lifting sanctions prematurely would not only undermine Ukraine's position, but also send a dangerous signal to authoritarian regimes worldwide. The ongoing Black Sea crisis has become a significant point of contention in the larger conflict between Russia and Ukraine, with both sides seeking to gain strategic advantages. As the situation unfolds, Zelensky's remarks underscore the delicate balance of diplomacy, international support, and the need for unwavering resolve in the face of Russian aggression.